Welcome to this week's Putting Together the Pieces program, focused on reading data from a text input file. The programming problem we will explore is programming problem 6.10, the ranked baby names, on page 375 of your text. The input text file contains 1,000 in order most popular boy and girl United States names assigned at birth in the year 2012. The program should read in a name from the user, search the file for a matching girl and boy name, and report its rank if in the top 1,000, or report it is not in the top 1,000. Note when using files. You will either need to use the full path name of the file or keep the file inside the folder that contains your source code. So here I have a snap of the folder that contains the project. The name of the CPP program is Popular Baby Names. The name of the text is BabyNames 2012.txt. This semester we are strictly using text files. So I recommend that you use the extension .txt for these type of files so that it's easy to open and read, look at, and or make modifications in a simple program such as Notepad or WordPad. Okay, let's get started looking at the code. Here is the program, popularbabynames.cpp, that this program demonstrates using files. We are strictly using an input file here, organizing the solution into small single-purpose functions that pass parameters and return objects and variables. We will also see the use of void functions. Because we're doing file I/O, we need to #include the fstream library. Because file I/O can fail, we are also using the exit command. And in order to use that, we include cstdlib for the C standard library. We have 3 constants, num names equal to 1,000, that is the number of names or lines in the text file. We have a constant int boys with a value of 0, which will be used to indicate we should be searching for a boy's name, and constant int girls set to 1 as an indicator that we should be searching for girl names. Here are the function prototypes in this program. We have instructions as a void function. It has no inputs, returns no outputs. We have a few getter or input functions, one to get the file name, to demonstrate how we can read the file name in as a string and use that to open the file. That makes the connection between the local object name in our program and the physical file name. We have a get person name. This will be the name we search for in the file. We have an open the file function that takes as input the file name. Again, that's the physical file name. We have a find name function that takes the name we're looking for, the name of the file, and the indicator whether or not we're looking for a girl or a boy's name. So we will see later that find name is used 2 times in this program, one to search for the girl's name and then to search for a boy's name. The show results is our output function that, given the name we searched for, the file name we looked in, the rank for the girl name, and the rank for the boy name. Let's look at the main. We're keeping it simple in main. Main is our driver that controls what happens and when, and relies on those helper functions to do the work. So main calls the instructions. Then as part of the input process, we ask for the file name. We ask for the name to be searched. As a process, we call the find name to see if the input name matches the girl's name in the file. If so, we report the rank, and then we repeat that looking for the name in the boys' top 1000 and report its rank. The output shows the results. Now we are going to focus on the process and the output. There's the instructions. The get file name asks for the name of the input file. This is used to demonstrate that we can use a variable as the physical file name when we use the open function. And then the get person name, the name we are searching for. But I am going to run the program, and then we will look at the details involved in finding the name in the file and reporting the output. So let's go ahead and run the program. It asks first enter the name of the file to search. The name of the file was BabyNames 2012.txt. Then it asks what name would you like to search for. I'm going to use the name Taylor, Taylor. So it reports that in file BabyNames 2012.txt, Taylor is ranked number 46 for girl names, and Taylor is ranked number 346 for boy names. Okay, so we've seen how the program reacts with the user. Let's drill down and take a look at those two important functions, actually three important functions that manage the process and the output. Let's take a look at the find name function first. Again, we see input parameters for the search name, the file name, and whether we're looking for a boy or a girl match. So this is actually called two times. One, to search the file for a matching boy name, a second time for a matching girl name. The first line of code declares an ifstream in-file object. To get that, we open the file with the file name. So open the file function is right here. We see that open the file is going to declare an ifstream object named BabyNames, and then use that to open the file that was passed in as the string file name. Now we allow the user to type in the name of the file. Perhaps they have a more recent file that they would choose to use, but the file name I typed in was BabyNames 2012.txt. So we connected that file through the open function to the local object variable name BabyNames. So once we've made this connection, we will just use the variable name BabyNames in the code. Now, if BabyNames failed to open, or we couldn't find it, or it was corrupted, the fail function would return true. So here we're checking if BabyNames.fail were true. We print out a message that we had problems finding opening the file. We advise the user to please check the file name and try again, and alert them that this program is going to now close. And then we exit with a value of 1. Recall the 1 indicates there was a problem that this program did not run to completion. But so long as things went well, as we saw in that first round of running the code, this returns the ifstream object BabyNames. So that connection is made and passed to function find names. We then set a found flag to false. This will be an indicator that we can stop searching the file early if we find a match. The rank is initially set to 0. This value will be returned to identify what number ranking the search name had in the file. The rnum is the number read in from the file. And we have strings for the boy name and the girl name that are read in from the file. Now, before we continue, I'm going to open up the file so we can take a look at it. We see that the file lists the rank number, and the most popular baby name of 2012 for boys was Jacob. For girls, the name was Sophia. The second most popular United States baby name in the year 2012 was Mason for boys and Emma for girls. So each line of the file has the rank number, the corresponding boy name, the corresponding girl name. I'm going to close the file. We'll go back to the program. Now that we know what the data looks like, we understand that we need the 3 variables for each line read from the file: an integer, which is the ranking number, the boy name, and the girl name. So inside our for loop that ranges from 0 through 999 is going to iterate possibly 1,000 times. Notice the condition check. The condition check checks for I less than num names and not found. That was our Boolean flag we set at the beginning. As soon as we find a match, we're going to stop checking. There's no point, if we find the name, to keep looking through the list of names. So we read in the rnum, the boy name, the girl name, and we determine, are we looking for a boy's name or a girl's name? So that indicator, boy or girl, if it was set to 0 for a boy's name, we're going to compare the input name to a boy name. And if we find it, we set our flag to true. That'll stop the loop early. And we'll also set the rank to rnum. If we're not looking for boys' names, then this time we are looking for the girl's name to match. So that would take the else path. And this code looks very similar to the boy name, except we're checking for the girl name. If we find it, we set the found flag to true so we can stop looking, and we record the rank. When we've finished either finding it, or if we don't find it, we looked through all 1,000 names and we were unsuccessful, we then close the file and return the rank. Now let's say the file did not contain the name we were searching for. In that case, the rank returned will be 0. Here is the result function. This takes 4 inputs: who, for what the name we were looking for; where, the name of the file we were searching; int girl num is the ranking for the name in the girls list, and int boy num will be the ranking for the name in the boys list. We have a cout here that identifies the name of the file and the name we were searching for. And then if the girl num was 0, this was the indicator that the rank was 0, means that it wasn't in the top 1,000 names for girls. So we print that message out. But if it's a number other than 0, it was found in the list and we report the number. For the boys, if the boy number was 0, we report that it was not found in the top 1,000 names for boys. But if it's a number other than 0, we report the rank number. So those 3 functions are the ones we need to focus on when we look at this code: show results, open the file, and find name. And recall, find name is called 2 times, one to look for the boy name, one to search for the girl name. This was to demonstrate that we can reuse these functions very easily, but note that after opening the file, looking for the name, we close that file. So the next time this function was called, we opened that file a second time, searched through it, and then closed it when we were finished. Okay, I'm going to run the program again. This time, we are going to enter an invalid file name, and we see that we get a message, problem finding or opening file. Please check the file name and try again. This program will now close. I'll run it one more time, give it the correct file name, and let's look for a name that may or may not be in there, Anita. So this reports that in File Baby Names 2012, Anita is not ranked among the top 1,000 names for girls, and Anita is not ranked among the top 1,000 names for boys. That's the end of our demonstration program for Chapter 6. Please download the file, carefully review it, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to post them in the open discussion forum for week 10. Happy C++ coding!